Well, as many of us know, the Canon R5C was launched yesterday, and pretty much there has been a lot already videos of the actual camera pre-production that's been out, and there's been some pretty much things that we were looking towards to or forward to. So, but at this point, I want to talk about a few things that I know Canon can do in order to fix some of this, not problems, but things that would make the camera a lot better on the cinema side of things or on the video side of things. So let's talk about the first thing. So the first thing would be the actual autofocus. That's basically why Canon was known for, is for their wonderful autofocus features and capabilities for many years. And so one of the things is that I keep hearing about is that the on the cinema mode on the R5C, the autofocus is rated as autofocus or dual autofocus 1, and for photo it would be the dual autofocus 2. And I think that Canon can definitely fix this with a firmware update, and maybe not give it the autofocus number 2, but at least give it an updated autofocus where it's a lot more better than the C70, and it would be just perfect. Because as a wedding shooter, I just want to go ahead and have it where I don't want to have blurry couples. Rather, I want them to focus on them, right? And so I know it has eye tracking, but also, I want it to be a lot more tracking features would be great added to the actual menu on the cinema side of things. So that's number 1. So the next thing would be on the actual Canon Log area, right? So it does not have Canon Log 2 as the C70 does, but I know that again, we didn't have that on the R6 as C Log 3, but now we do, and R5, and so it's possible that Canon can definitely release the actual Canon Log 2 on the firmware update on the R5C, and I think that would be great. That would be something fantastic that will enable us creators to be creating a lot more dynamic range when it comes to videos, because that's the purpose of a cinema lineup, is to create that beautiful dynamic range for us content creators. And then again, all of this can be fixed on the firmware update, and the only things that cannot be fixed are basically the micro HDMI and the what's it called, the IBIS, right? We have digital IBIS, but we don't actually have the actual IBIS on the R5C. So, and that's basically the other thing. And lastly, I was thinking about external power source to get the AK60 going, right? AK50, AK60. So I was thinking maybe there will be a firmware update, hopefully too, or I don't know yet until we actually have the unit. Is it possible that the battery grip can you use a battery grip without having to use external power to record AK60? That's another question yet to be answered. So, but I do have R6, and this R6 has been amazing with its autofocus features and Canon logs in it. So, but the only thing is, of course, it does, depending on the ambient temperature, again, it does overheat. However, I've been using the R6 with the power grip, so I'm curious to know if this will actually, because it will fit the R5C. I came to a conclusion on that one. I wasn't sure then, but now I looked at pictures and it is capable. But I'm curious to know if this will help you record AK6. It just depends on the amount of wattage, I guess, when it comes to doing that big output, because it does take a lot of power. Again, I don't know what your thoughts are. Let me know on the comments below. What do you think? Do you think all of these issues, these two, right? So the things I brought up, Canon Log 2 and improvement in autofocus at least, will enable you to jump on the R5C? So let me know what your thoughts are. Again, shipments is not till March, so we have till then. And once I have the unit here, I'll definitely test it out with this battery grip, and then I'll definitely test out the autofocus, and yeah, and in real world scenarios, guys. So that's what it's all about, right? So, and yeah, so and that will be all for me today, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay safe. Take care.